Hey viewers, welcome to another game as a casual pro gamer. Today we're doing a Yorick game, and Yorick is going to go mid lane for us, and hopefully he makes up for his name, since he's Pentakill Yorick. That would be awesome, but I'm thinking no. Would be awesome though. Anyway, he is going mid, so Lee Sin obviously the jungler, Irelia top, and Ashe and Yorick bottom. Very standard team for the rest. Yorick mid, never seen that though. I wonder if he will go AP, if that's even possible, because otherwise they have no magic damage on the team. They do have true damage, however, so that should be good enough. Enemy team, Warwick, kind of standard in the jungle, I guess. And again, no spectator mode. He really has this. Yeah, kind of. Some games are spectator mode, some games are not. A lot of bugging in that system. So let's see the rest of the enemy team. So Warwick, the standard jungler, Vayne and Soraka in bottom lane, Brand in mid, and Riven in top. So he's up against Brand. Brand who has an ignite, and wow, another first blood in this bush. That is... I don't understand that. I really, truly don't understand that. Why do people wait over there? I mean, if you want to wait in this bush, go wait over here in the top part. Because then you have the vision on here, on this lane, as well as on this bush. And enough vision on this bush to actually allow you to run away. Plus, you should of course put a ward in there if you're really worried about invades, because then you can even spot this, well, them going over here. And then the only route you haven't covered is this one over here, and then, yeah. Anyway, it seems that Lee Sin is going for this, yeah, for this wolf camp. He's going to leave one. Hopefully he will take the complete blue buff. He is up against Warwick. He should be able to counter jungle that Warwick, and they might have been better off just retreating to their own camp, although I was there to watch that. So Irelia definitely watching the invade on their own blue buff, because that is of course something silly you need to avoid. If you take their blue buff and they can take your blue buff. He didn't take the whole camp, which is kind of unfortunate. He could have stole that again from Warwick. At least I'm pretty sure. The wolves, of course, you leave one, because you can't be there again in 50 seconds. You have to be in your own jungle by that time. And yeah, the enemy jungle is just too far away, but not for the buffs. So the buff in 5 minutes, that would have been an interesting fight. Now the Warwick will reach the buff at about I don't know how long it takes normally to get to your jungle and do some jungling, and then or no, get from the red buff, do some jungling over here, the small camps, then take out the one wolf and then take the blue. But since he's pretty sure they stole it, I'm not even sure if he's going to watch that, or well, even see it. But I guess at about 3.5 minutes, he should be there. And Warwick gets his revenge by getting a kill up top. So he may still not have the blue buff. Oh. How did he... Oh, he stole the blue buff over here. See, that's what I meant. So their whole blue buff invade was kind of pointless this way. The enemy just took the blue buff. And I wanted to say he may not have a blue buff, but he does have a kill. And yeah, he does have a blue buff. It's kind of silly. How did he... Hang on. If Warwick... No, I don't really understand. It seems that... Oh no! No, never mind. I'm just messing up here. I thought that this guy already had a red buff when he stood here, but that must have been the red buff that's on the minion. But I thought the red buff was no longer on the minion. Thought I saw that in some previous game, but I can't really check because this is not spectator mode. So without spectator mode I can check these things, but now I cannot. So this blue buff is gone, this blue buff is gone, but we have no vision over either of them. And currently, yeah, the brand is getting harassed quite a lot because, well, these ranged minions, they do quite a bit of damage if you don't take them out straight away. And of course Brand does not want to use his skills on killing those minions. He wants to kill the actual minions that give him gold. And some excellent job. Every time a minion almost dies, he sends out one of the slow minions or one of the other minions to harass the Brand. Therefore Brand can't really last hit. Look, here. Minion almost dies and he sends in a minion. And Brand gets so distracted that he forgets to last hit that minion. So that is pretty good. It works out really well for him. Of course, at some point Brand will launch a few skills and be done with that. Oh, Brand came back in. I think he has a stun up though, so. Because I haven't seen him use that Q at all, but I'm pretty sure he is just keeping it to use when a gank comes in. But yeah, Yorick seems to be well suited for doing this Brand harass, and I've just never seen him mid. It's so amazing because he's a great champion, and I just never see these kind of things. So yeah, the blue buff has been taken out, obviously. Anyway, I was reading his chat a little bit. It seems that Tarek wants to get an oracles if Lee Sin needs to, because needs that, because Tarek, of course, a really tanky champion right off the bat, and yeah, if he gets a little bit of extra gold, so yeah, 2 kills, that would be a little bit of extra gold. He can get an early oracles and remove the wards from bottom lane. And with no wards on bottom lane, of course, you have an easier time ganking there. And yeah, he is, and of course you have dragon. You remove the dragon vision from the enemies, and that is awesome. So no other wards up here. So maybe there's one in the. Oh no, pink ward. So. Yeah, the enemy seems to have no vision at all over this the ganking paths of Lee Sin. So apparently not realizing that that is even a possibility. So top lane getting killed there. I forgot who the top lane was. Yeah, well, Irelia versus Riven. Okay, Riven is at 0-2. And yeah, that is of course great for Irelia. Irelia can get some heavy damage done once she gets ahead. Well, every top laner can. Once they get ahead, it's really hard to come back, and that's just because of how that works. Because once you get ahead in minions, and then that 300 gold difference becomes like a 600 gold difference straight away. Yeah, well, with like a few minion waves. And you get like 2 free minion waves. Once you kill someone, you get about 2 free minion waves, because the one that's in lane is going to be free for you to get, and then the next one will come in and you can take out both of them before the enemy laner is back in. and of course that is something that you want to use, want to take advantage of. It seems that the vein was disconnected for a little bit there. That explains this pushing and the death there on Soraka. Currently 5-1, but I'm more interested in this 60 to 49. So actually out farming that brand. And he's just going to run out, and now he's going to be tagged up a little. The stun missing. And yeah, he's going to use his minions once again to get out of that. Well, he had to use his flash, obviously. But still, he's going to pick up most of these minions with his minions. And yeah, that Q is, that Q minion is very good at allowing him to last hit. Because it gives you extra physical damage. And of course you get the ghoul and the movement speed, but yeah, the next hit effect, the extra 30 damage plus 109, I don't know how that works, but sure. So you get some extra last hit damage, and that of course helps you get down one of the minions in turret range. But yeah, that bonus physical damage is more than his actual physical damage, or more than his attack damage. So I don't know how that works. But I'm sure there's an explanation for it. Maybe it's a 1.2 ratio or something like that. Just don't know. So once again, counter jungling here. Well, once again I say, but that was in the previous game that he sent me. So that is really not the point. That was a Mundo game, and that was an excellent game, by the way. Well, he also sent me the Gragas Employees game, which I took to be a ranked game because they weren't grouped up together, and they did queue up. But I should have realized that it was it could have only been a duo queue or a full team, but the full team you get a name, so it had to be a normal game. But yeah, anyway, I make mistakes too, mistakes that I could have avoided in this case. Oh, a very nice stun there by Yorick, but it was a little bit too late. The ultimate still went off, and he didn't even use his Omen of Death. That was a mistake on his part. He could have had that kill, and probably the kill on Vayne. But definitely the Warwick, if he just used that, but he probably didn't have any mana, which is, yeah, unfortunate. But both of these guys get out, and yeah, as I said, probably no mana, because this one costs 100 mana, which is quite a lot if you only have 1,000. And are they going to be able to do anything about this dragon? It seems not. It seems that, yeah, it is just a matter of getting the one kill in on the mid laner, and then you get a free dragon. That's the way it always is, so that's the way it is now. So they do have a ward out on dragon, as you saw, and unfortunately, yeah, nobody took that yet. Lee Sin could of course have taken that, because he knows the enemy has no vision there, and if Yorick helps him, he should be able to take it out by now. So it seems that Riven has now taken over the lane. Yeah, I was reading the chat once again. It seems that Riven is doing well nowadays. She started off 0-2, now she's 1-2, with Irina being 2-2. So she has been killed by someone else. without Riven in the lane. Oh, that was really the early kill from Warwick. And it seems that top lane is getting assaulted here by more people even. So there were 3 blues in the, or 2 blues in the lane. Now there are 3 reds in the lane. All in all, just a whole lot of people. And yeah, it seems that Irelia is going up against the Warwick, and that may not be the smartest of ideas. But she gets out safely. It is, of course, if she wins, she gets the 3 oracles to go along with that kill. But yeah, the chances of her dying are very small. Very great. Chance of her getting alive and getting the kill are very small, especially because there are 3 enemies in the lane and there is no turret to run to. So all in all, it was a lot better choice to just back off and get the minions, because those minions are your main goal here. So let me show you the items. It seems that Brand has 2 rings. Yorick started off with the Tear of the Goddess into Manamune. Well, he hasn't completed the Manamune yet, obviously. And it seems we are going to steal their blue buff. Have to be quick about it though. I think they saw it. Yes, they did see it. I don't know where they warded, but they definitely saw something. Or suspected something. And they get the blue buff here. So I'm not sure who should get this. Okay, Ash got it. So yeah, Ash apparently needed the blue, but yeah, of course Lee Sin could have used that as well for the regeneration and the cooldown reduction, because you get energy regen from that if you use energy instead of mana. For some reason, if you use life, you don't get life regen from it. That's so strange. No, it's not. Just so we're clear on that, no, it's not. That would be so OP on Katarina or Mundo or something like that. Wow. Mordekaiser, can you imagine? Mordekaiser with blue buff would be even more unbeatable than he is now. But yeah, the minions in mid getting taken out once again, and yeah, Brand, how about doing something back, dude? You lost your turret. And Riven coming in. He has to flash out because there is a double stun here. But yeah, he hardly gets damaged by Riven alone. Although Riven is not doing too badly anymore. I don't know how her minions stack up to the rest of the team. 107, so yeah, she is doing very well. And yeah, she actually has the same amount as Yorick does. But yeah, she has 2 kills now. And it seems that yeah, that is good enough to actually go roam. And Yorick is getting the blue. Yorick, of course, very strong with blue. Even when he has Manamune, or, well, especially when he has Manamune, maybe. It depends on how you see that. So, a little bit of a battle going on about his wards, and oh, that Ash arrow narrowly missing. And are they going to get anything done here? Yeah, so Irelia gets killed, but also come on, Vayne gets killed. And Vayne, I think, is much more pricey to lose, because she does a lot more damage in these kind of team fights. Oh, if only Ashe had her arrow now. But she does not. Oh, come on, get out. A little bit too late there. And yeah, that was... yeah, you could hear the ping, so he should have known that. But yeah, if you play without sound, then of course you cannot hear that ping. But yeah, also in the middle of a fight, you probably don't realize what the ping means, because the ping is relatively new, so it's not burnt into our memories yet. But at least they get a dragon for it, so... was an unnecessary death, let's put that first. But it was definitely not the end of the world, because they get dragon from that. And it is 9-6, so they should be ahead. Well, they are now equal on dragons. And once again, Riven doing well. The stun coming in, however. And is she going to... yeah, she still has that that active. Yeah, there it goes. The something, sonic wave or something, I don't know what it's called. It seems that Brand is there as well. The stun going off once again on Riven. And... oh, yeah, I was afraid of that happening. The Tarek, yeah, he hid in the bush because he was low. That's what I assumed anyway. And yeah, I really... our Riven, of course, went for him straight away. And instead of just running out, so running like over here and then over here, he kind of stood there. Of course, he could get the stun off. That's no problem. But it's never smart to not run away when you're low. So yeah, they get another 1-for-1 trade, and hang on, they got a 1-for-1 trade and then they lost Lee Sin. Yeah, apparently to Vayne. Yeah, there he is. Because someone said don't feed Vayne. And yeah, with Vayne it has nothing to do with snowballing. It has to do with the fact that she just is super strong late game no matter what happens. Assuming that she has some assuming she has some minions, she is just super good in the late game. She always gets a whole lot of things done. She can kill an entire enemy team just based on the minions. Even if she goes 0 and 5, if she has 300 minions, that really doesn't matter. She still has the money to buy everything. And yeah, that's also what makes her so popular amongst the, well, the higher ELO players. Because yeah, if you have that ability to just wipe out an entire enemy team just based on the minions, no matter how you did in the early game, yeah, that of course is kind of ridiculous. So Riven thinks she's going to get away, and I have to agree with her. Because she did get away. Yorick coming in, and Yorick going to wipe the floor with his enemy team. At least he should be. And Riven is still under attack here. And Ashe gets taken out because Ashe was still trying to get the Riven. And now Lee Sin dies again. All in all, not the best of team fights. So we currently are 5-1 on Ashe. She is doing the damage. And well, everyone has nice minions here. And on the enemy team, it's pretty much the same. It's just Lee Sin is a few minions ahead, so the 103 seems a lot more than the 99. But it is pretty much the same. Yeah, it's all AD. I said that in the beginning. That's why I was wondering whether Yorick has any AP ratios, but I think he only has that on 1 minion. Yep, indeed. So only this one would do, well, it does do magic damage, and this one does magic damage, this one does physical damage, so I guess he still has some magic damage, it's just not a whole lot. But yeah, if you go for like a lot of magic penetration, then that still might work out for you as a team. Because with a lot of magic penetration, these guys, because they do magic damage, do a lot of yeah, well, damage to your opponents if they have no magic resist, no additional magic resist. Great kill there on, well, the both of them. They catch off Brand, and this is exactly what I said. They do have true damage, so the fact that they don't have magic damage shouldn't matter too much. So Irelia gets killed, but she is still alive because of the Yorick ultimate. So she is going to do a ton of damage in that second life. Unfortunately, it's only for 10 seconds. And after that, yeah, she still dies, and she is removed from the team fight. So yeah, the enemy team having to retreat back to their turrets, and not doing that in time. Ashe going full on aggressive mode, and Ashe has to run out here. Yes, she is going to make it out. Has to run all the way back so that the minions don't focus her anymore. Almost dies to yeah, to that Soraka, but that's not good enough. It is not going to happen, and they are going for dragon here. So yeah, they get another dragon. That is excellent. The dragon is going to be free because nobody is going to come in for that. Lee Sin a little bit behind. He wants to check this this path, and yeah, he just tried to protect that. They had a ward over here, so with him over here, they have full vision. I guess that's better than doing it the other way, where he comes in to do some extra damage and having the chance of someone coming in to kill it. So finally getting that kill, the Yorick had 6 attempts already, and finally gets the kill, gets the last hit on someone. It doesn't really matter, it's all good. He can live off of the minions plus plus assists pretty well. They are going to have to deal with this someone coming in over here. And yeah, the ward gets taken out by Tarek. And by now they should have an enemy team approaching, but they do get the Baron here. And that's the only thing that matters there. Oh, Riven going really low immediately. Gets killed, and yeah, also backed off in the other direction so that they won't be able to get the rest of the team. But the fact that they could immediately take out Riven was pretty big. Although, as I said, they couldn't take out the rest of the team because she ran the other way and everyone ran after her, of course. But it is yeah, it's very good. That's very good if you get an additional kill with that Baron. That is, of course, excellent. So Frozen Heart is going to be on Yorick next, apparently. And yeah, he didn't build gold items. Normally in the top lane we see him build gold items, I think. I'm pretty sure, at least. And this time he's just going for that yeah, the straight up build of his items. So oh, Warwick ulting in, but getting stunned, I think, at least, because he wasn't moving anymore. But that might also just be a bug on the replay system. Unfortunately, they couldn't save that Irelia. But yeah, he got stunned, I think, and got killed immediately with the help of the exhaust, of course. Although he doesn't do a lot of damage anyway. Yeah, he has Frozen Heart and the Wriggles Lantern, so he's annoying. He should be taken out as soon as you can manage it, but it's not a really super big deal if he stays alive for a few more seconds. Unfortunately, Ash gets taken out, and yeah, I don't know why she flashed over that wall in the first place, because I think she flashed over this wall and then just stood there. So yeah, the enemy team able to defend their lane once again. They did get the 1 kill on Ash for I think 0. Yeah, oh, she flashed after Brand. Okay, yeah, that was pretty crazy. She's never going to win that fight, first of all, and second, Brand just has a stun. And once again, the Irelia overextending. She has to know that if you have 3 guys there, 3 tanky guys and a Soraka, they're going to tower dive you. This is kinda crazy. So anyway, the Yorick is still doing well. So his mid laning has really paid off for him. He held off the Brand quite nicely, but they should have gotten an AP up top. So someone like Ganon or I don't know, even Teemo would be good. Teemo not on AP, of course. You can build him AP, but you shouldn't. But he does a lot of magic damage with his skills anyway. So that at least makes up for some of the damage. And of course he has slows and things like that. I think that Irelia is a pretty decent pick though. The Irelia with her true damage can definitely make up for the fact that the enemy is stacking armor if they do. But so far only Frozen Heart I think on the enemies. So yeah, 1 Frozen Heart, 1 Thorn Mail here. And yeah, since Thorn Mail isn't really an important item anyway. And Brent, yeah, does have a lot of armor that way, so he does stay alive a little bit longer. And they should really just focus the Vayne instead. Warwick goes down, and Riven gets killed. The Vayne gets killed, but the Ateric on their team gets killed as well, and Ash is going to get killed. There we go. But Ash does get the kill on Brand. And yeah, now it's 3 versus 1, and they should be able to tower dive this. Watch it, Yorick, you have the turret fire on you. Yeah, he does realize it this time. And they have to back off until the minions arrive, or when the minions arrive, sorry. And they're going to take down this turret. Everyone is dead for the next 6 seconds, then Warwick comes back up. Warwick not really interesting to fight against, but he is going to slow down their attacks, so if he gets near enough. No, they're going to have to fall back. Because Vayne is out, Riven is out, there's no way that is a good plan to just stay in there and try to fight that, because those are the 3 high damage champions on the enemy team. Well, I guess Riven isn't really a high damage champion. She just, well, she does a lot of damage, but she's more there to well, to do it, to do a long damage over time, exchange, things like that, just like Irelia. Not really bursty, not really high damage, but yeah, all in all she does a lot of damage before you can kill her. Same goes for Warwick, by the way. So Brand would be the highest damage champion, I guess. But yeah, he had to go Thorn Mail. That is really, that's not just a defensive item. That is a super duper defensive item. It doesn't add anything to his attacking capabilities. It adds a little bit to the damage, I guess. But yeah, the damage that you do with that, especially on a brand, is not really, well, worth it. And you get 100 armor from it. I guess that's nice. But yeah, I would have gone for something a little less tanky, but a little more, well, damage, or just a little cheaper. I guess Thornmail is pretty cheap though. I don't know what Thornmail costs, but we will check that for a moment. Assuming you want armor, Chainmail costs, oh come on, Thornmail costs 2000. And yeah, you could have also gone for the Hourglass, which is 1100 more, of course, but still, you could also go for the Age of the Legion. But yeah, since they have no or not a lot of magic damage, I guess he wanted to go for full armor. So they get a Baron and a double kill here, and another kill there. Yorick also took out someone. So it seems they yeah, had 4 kills out there. The 4 kills is going to be good enough to take out these Nexus turrets, I have to assume. And yes, they're going to trade 1 for 1 here. No? Yep, they do. There we go. But that's a good trade, because with no defenders here, they're going to just finish this game and be done with it. And there you go. So, really different strategy. Yorick mid lane. I'd never seen that, but he definitely out-farmed the Brand, because Brand had no clue what to do with that. It is of course a very strange tactic, and yeah, if you can pull it off, then that's awesome. Yeah, it was just a shame that we didn't see it in yeah, more standard setup, because I would have liked to see it in a team where they had an AP top or an AP jungler even, but AP top would be good, would be the best, I guess, because yeah, they had a lot of yeah, well, physical damage now, but no magic damage. So the enemy team did have the option to go for the stack of armor, and yeah, that way it wasn't a really normal game, but still it works. I'm pretty surprised by that. Of course, Yorick is a very good champion, so I semi-expected it to work, but excellently played. So thanks for sending this to me, and there you go, another troll game. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.